Okay, hi again, good night everyone. So, I want to give a shout out to Toyil MVP. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Toyil MVP on YouTube. She did a video that inspired me to start doing my videos. So, hey girl, thanks for the inspiration. So, this other story is about an ex-boyfriend from like years and years ago when I was like probably in my 20s. So this is one way I think that you realize that the person you're seeing is about to break up with you when they start picking really silly stupid fights. So I was by my boyfriend at the time, and he we got into some silly fight, and I left and I went down the road from him where my girlfriend used to live, which is like 3 or 4 blocks away from him, corners away from him. And I was lying there, and then he used to ride a motorbike. He, while I was by her, he passed on a motorbike to leave the area, and because I was telling her about the fight that we had, and she's like, "Oh no, she's suspicious. She's something thinks something's up because her boyfriend and my boyfriend were close, so she suspects something is going on." And when she saw him pass, she's like, "We have to follow him. Get in the car." I was driving since then, so we got in the car and we followed him all the way. This whole time, she was one I was, I think, like more upset with him than I was, because I was basically like, I've had enough. I've basically like started to sign off, you know. But I'm basically not the kind of person who does confrontations anyway. So I knew that following him was very likely gonna lead to confrontation. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. So we followed him all the way to the girl's house that he was going to visit. And she got out of the car, rather. She got out of the car. She saw the car, that his bike was parked on the bridge outside of the house. So she got out of the car and she started banging on the gates and calling his name and telling him to come out. You need to come out because you caught him, and blah blah blah. And this whole time I just come out and I'm like, girl, would you stop making such a scene? Because she was like yelling. She was more annoyed. I was upset, but she was like pissed off. I'm more annoyed. So she's like calling his name because she's like, I guess she's used to that kind of thing, you know, like following the fella and saying you caught him and stuff. And the way at least I was brought up, my mom always taught me, a lady doesn't behave like that, right? So I was just sitting on the hood of the car with my arms folded. And he came outside, I guess just for the sake of shutting her up, so the neighbors and everyone wouldn't get involved. So he came out and she's like, so we caught you this way, behaving stupid and everything and blah blah blah. And basically after she's finished saying what she had to say, I was like, girl, let's go. Because obviously there's nowhere to go from here besides breaking up. So I was like, yeah, whatever, bye. And I left. So that's a red flag. Once the person you're with starts picking stupid, silly arguments with you, like, why are we having this fight kind of thing, it's a red flag. Something's up, and it's usually them trying to find an excuse to break up with you or to make you break up with them. And that day, I didn't come around and say like we're done, whatever. I just said I'm leaving. So I jumped in my car and I left. But then it's because of her. She said, let's follow him and follow him all the way to the girl's house. I was like, okay, well, it's pretty much done. I mean, I see you parked at this girl's house, and you know, that's the end of it. Bye. So I brought this up because the other day, I think it was like was it 2 weeks ago? This is the end of October, near the end of October. I think I saw him like early October. Yeah, just actually no, it was probably late September. I saw him at the bank, and I was waiting to go in the bank. He went to the ATM. When he was coming out, he jumped in his car and he was passing. I was standing up and he saw me and he was like, "Hey." So I like raised my head up. I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And I put my head back down. So yeah, that's another red flag. So brothers and sisters out there, I hope you're learning something from my experience, because all this headache that I've had in my relationships, I'm hoping it's positive for you. Bye.